Today's episode will be all about drone shots, how to go from a beginner to a professional and how to make your footage stand out from the rest. So as you might have seen, I'm using the Mavic 3 for this episode, but this is not a feature-based episode, so you can use whatever drone you want and still implement everything that we're gonna talk about in the video. So for tip number one, it's actually don't be afraid to fly low or slow. Most people's first thought is to get high up with the drone and fly fast, because you can. But longer tracking shots are very unusual on low budget shoots, and yeah, it just looks super nice. The next thing is more towards beginners, but I've also seen experienced people do this, and you have to get rid of jerky movements. It just looks so bad, and not just the big ones, but even the slightest little small movement takes me out of the shot, to be honest. Luckily, you can make adjustments to your controller and the drone's gimbal, but still it comes down to practice. If you just want to take one thing away from this point, it should be to have the gimbal pitch set to gradually slowing down. Even when you're releasing the controller, it won't just stop, but it will stop gradually, and that just looks a lot smoother. I'll put my settings for both the controller and the gimbal on the screen if you want to copy them using your own drone. Next thing that you can do is to combine multiple camera movements, and that is by far the best thing that you can do to go from hobbyist to professional. Now, I don't want to be rude, but come on, anyone with half a brain can move the drone straight forward. Try to add something else, like maybe moving the gimbal a little bit at least. As you may know, my absolute favorite camera movement, not just with the drone, is the parallax or the arc shot or the orbit shot, whatever you want to call it, when your subject is standing still in the middle and you're rotating around it. And this is achieved by moving the drone to one side while rotating it to the other. And if you want to step it up, you can always try to move the gimbal up and down while doing it. And as I mentioned in the beginning, you don't have to use the drone as it was meant to be used. You can use it to replace other equipment that would otherwise be very expensive, like a jib. If you want to get a nice jib shot, you can get that with the drone. So with anything in creative work, try to sometimes think outside the box. These things are just tools to make your visions come to life, so use them. Now, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode and that you learned something new. If you have any further questions, just let me know in the comments, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.